Ever whispered a prayer into the void, hoping for a flicker, a nudge, anything to confirm you're on the right path? Felt that deep yearning for a sign from something bigger than yourself? Well, what if the answer isn't a thunderbolt from the sky, but something far more subtle, yet profoundly significant, already unfolding around you? G.K. Chesterton, that master of seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary, had some truly eye-opening thoughts on this very human quest for divine guidance. Before we dive into his wisdom, let me ask you, what's the most unexpected sign, big or small, you've ever felt you received? Share your story in the comments. You might just realize you're not alone in this universal longing, because what we're about to explore could very well be the message you've been waiting for. In a world saturated with noise and clamor, where fleeting trends and immediate gratification often overshadow deeper truths, many find themselves yearning for something more, a whisper of guidance, a confirmation of purpose. The phrase, "you asked God for a sign," encapsulates this profound human desire for divine affirmation, a longing for clarity in the midst of uncertainty. In this spiritual landscape, the wisdom of G.K. Chesterton, a man renowned for his intellectual prowess, his paradoxical wit, and his unwavering faith, offers a unique and compelling perspective. His insights can illuminate the subtle ways in which the divine might indeed be communicating with us, often in the most unexpected of forms. Chesterton, a prolific writer and thinker of the late 19th and early 20th century, possessed a remarkable ability to see the sacred in the mundane, the extraordinary in the ordinary. He challenged conventional wisdom, often turning accepted notions on their head to reveal deeper truths. When we consider the idea of asking God for a sign through a Chestertonian lens, we might find ourselves looking beyond dramatic, thunderous pronouncements and instead paying closer attention to the quiet whispers of reality itself. One of Chesterton's central themes was the inherent wonder and mystery of the created world. He argued that the very existence of things, the intricate beauty of nature, the capacity for human love and creativity are themselves constant signs of a divine intelligence and benevolence. In his view, we are already surrounded by a symphony of divine communication, but often our senses are dulled by familiarity, and our attention is diverted by the superficial. Asking for a sign, then, might not require a miraculous intervention as much as a conscious effort to rediscover the inherent miracle of existence. As Chesterton famously quipped, "The sun rises every morning. I don't demand proof that it will rise again. My only proof is that it did rise yesterday." This inherent trust in the consistent wonder of creation can be seen as a fundamental sign in itself. Furthermore, Chesterton understood the human tendency to overlook the obvious in our search for the spectacular. We might pray for a grand vision while ignoring the small, persistent nudges of our conscience, the unexpected kindness of a stranger, or the subtle unfolding of events that seem to point in a particular direction. For Chesterton, these everyday occurrences, when viewed with eyes of faith and attentiveness, can indeed be the very signs we have been seeking. They are not always dramatic or easily deciphered, but they often carry a profound weight of meaning when we take the time to consider them. Another key aspect of Chesterton's thought relevant to this topic is his emphasis on gratitude. He believed that a posture of thankfulness opens our hearts and minds to the blessings that are already present in our lives. When we approach the world with a spirit of gratitude, we are more likely to recognize the subtle ways in which God might be guiding and providing for us. The very fact of our existence, the gifts of love, friendship, and beauty, can be seen as constant affirmations of divine favor. Asking for a sign while overlooking the abundance of existing blessings might be akin to searching for a lost key while clutching it in our hand. Chesterton also had a keen understanding of the human condition, including our capacity for self-deception and our tendency to interpret events according to our own preconceived notions. He cautioned against seeking signs that merely confirm our own desires or biases.
A genuine sign, he might argue, should challenge us, push us beyond our comfort zones, and ultimately draw us closer to truth and goodness. It might not always be what we expect or what we want to hear, but it will resonate with a deeper sense of purpose and authenticity. Moreover, Chesterton's theology emphasized the incarnation, the belief that God became human in the person of Jesus Christ. This central tenet suggests that God's ultimate sign to humanity was not a fleeting miracle or a whispered message, but the very presence of God in the world, living, suffering, and ultimately triumphing over death. For Christians, Christ himself is the ultimate sign of God's love and his involvement in human history. Therefore, when seeking a sign, one might be encouraged to look to the life and teachings of Jesus to find guidance and direction in his words and actions. In a Chestertonian framework, the signs we seek might not always be extraordinary events, but rather the ordinary experienced with a renewed sense of wonder and gratitude. They might be the persistent tug of our conscience, the unexpected opportunities that arise, the kindness of strangers, or the beauty of the natural world. They might even be the challenges and difficulties we face, which can serve as signs pointing us toward growth, resilience, and a deeper reliance on God. If you have asked God for a sign, perhaps it is not a bolt of lightning or a booming voice you should be expecting. Instead, open your eyes to the world around you, to the subtle movements of your own heart, and to the wisdom that has been passed. So, we've explored Chesterton's perspective on those moments when we ask for a sign, realizing that the divine whisper might be found not in grand spectacles, but in the everyday wonders and even the challenges we face. His wisdom encourages us to open our eyes to the subtle messages woven into the fabric of our lives. Now, as you reflect on this, what's one small, seemingly ordinary event in your recent memory that you might now see in a new light, perhaps as that very sign you were seeking? Share your newfound perspective in the comments below. Let's build a community of mindful reflection and discover together the hidden messages that surround us. Your insights could be the very sign someone else needed to see today.